up?
Welcome to Wheel of Sports. I'm your host, Jesse.
I'm Noah.
Thank you to everyone that's tuning into our shows. We appreciate you. I know the first one it's out there, so go give that a watch.
Yeah, we really are trying to just have fun with it, grow a community, connect with new people, and just have fun.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about the new Madden ratings that have just been released. Pretty excited about that.
So, let's dive into receivers. We'll start off with wide receivers.
All right.
I guess number 1, 99 overall,
Devontae
Adams.
Devontae Adams joins the 99 club. Everyone thought it was going to be Cooper Kupp because he won the Super Bowl, but apparently
he cut it close. He's number 98 overall.
Apparently that's not good enough for Madden. I'll read the top 10 overall. Devontae Adams at number 1. Cooper Kupp at number 2 at 98. Tyreek Hill is a 97. DeAndre Hopkins is a 96. Stephon Diggs, 95. Justin Jefferson, 93. Mike Evans, 92. Keenan Allen, 91. Terry McLaurin, 91. And then Amari Cooper at the 10 spot at a 90. Noah, do you think that there's anybody that's in there that shouldn't be?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a lot of stuff, in my opinion, a lot of numbers that could be moved around. It's always tough with Madden when Madden does these releases because they're not
good at their job.
Accurate.
They're not good at their job. We'll just put it that way.
That's debatable. But
I mean, for the most part, the ratings aren't terrible for receivers. One guy that stands out to me is DeAndre Hopkins at a 96. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that he's incredible when he plays.
Yeah, but he's at the end of his career. 96 is a little high for him. I would have placed him somewhere around it.
I mean, he's using roids. I mean, he'll be out for 6 games, so I'm not even going to touch more on him.
Not a fan of that.
Justin Jefferson shot up to a 93, though. I mean, I think that was another significant.
Yeah, it was a significant increase. I mean, from what he was last year, but still, he was a top receiver, and I still think that's a low grade for him. 93.
Yeah, and one guy that I'm surprised to see on this list is Terry McLaurin, is a 91. With the stats that he put up compared to some of the other guys that put up crazy numbers, like Jamar Chase or Deebo Samuel, and they're below him. That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't.
There's a lot of contradicting stats.
I mean, Jamar Chase, it was his rookie season, but the rating that he got, I mean, if you
I think that's strictly based off of what it was. It was his rookie year, and I don't know, though. It's so hard to say. He had such a good year last year. I don't know how they put him so low.
Him and Deebo Samuel, I would say, are the only 2 wide receivers that I'm surprised weren't in the top 10. The guys I probably would have replaced them with are Cooper and Terry McLaurin. Mm-hmm. But I just want to read off a list of guys that are above Jamar Chase, which I think is crazy. Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Chris Godwin, and Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's a 90.
Yeah. Two of those Seattle Seahawks, DK Metcalf.
Why?
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, both in the 90s.
You know what? It's honestly just because they have a bad quarterback room right now, and they're just trying to make it playable. That's the only reason that I could see Tyler Lockett at a 90 right now.
Exactly. I mean, Seattle doesn't have the best roster for Madden this year, and they wanted to make them a playable team, and the only way you're doing that is if you amp up those receiver stats, because that's just ridiculous. A 90, and what is DK was a 90?
DK's an 89, and Tyler Lockett's a 90.
Tyler Lockett was a 93, right?
A 90.
90, okay. But they're still both
right
up
above
there.
Them.
Yeah.
And both of them are above Deebo.
One thing that I do think is interesting, too, is the receiver speeds.
Mm-hmm.
They really are a lot lower than compared to other positions like running backs. And like Devontae Adams, he's rated, his speed is a 90.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem high to me. For somebody, if he's going to be the number 1 receiver in the league, why are you going to have him at a 90? Wouldn't he be higher? I mean, I know he's not the quickest, but I would think that a 94 maybe?
Something. Was there any other guys that you wanted to talk about that
Tyreek Hill's speed is a 99. That's just why I say that.
He talks like he should have 100 speed.
But, I mean, to put 9 points separating him and Devontae Adams, that just doesn't seem right. I mean, if you're putting Devontae Adams as your number 1 receiver in the game, Why are you giving him only a 90 speed? Cooper Kupp has an 89. I mean, that makes sense.
Here's something
But
I'm slightly upset about. You know how fast Isaiah McKenzie is, right?
Yeah. What did they rate his speed at?
92.
Okay,
doesn't make sense. That's not it. It's got to be
he's
higher.
One of the
top 10 edge rushers. We got Myles Garrett at number 1 at a 99.
TJ Watt at a 96.
Yep, real close. Nick Bosa at a 94. Von Miller's at a 92. Khalil Mack is at a 92. Joey Bosa's at a 91. Cameron Jordan's at a 91. DeMarcus Lawrence at a 90. Chandler Jones at 90. And then Rashawn Gary at 89. Noah, your thoughts?
We'll start off with Myles Garrett, I guess. 99 overall, getting the number 1 spot there. Speed's an 88. Strength's a 96. His agility's an 85, and his awareness is a 98.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
I mean, do I think that he's the guy that should be in that spot?
No, but those ratings that I just listed are pretty good for his position.
They're accurate.
Yeah, I would agree that they're accurate. But does he get the spot for 99?
I mean, I think it should be TJ Watt. I mean, he played less games than him.
They had to
put
reward
better
Cleveland
numbers
with all the stuff Cleveland's going through, though.
That's my
no. No, you don't think so?
No
correlation at all?
If that's the correlation, that's awful. That's what EA bases it off of. That should be TJ Watt.
I'm just kidding.
That should be TJ Watt up there. But, I mean, Myles Garrett's also a really good player. Any guys that are in there that you think shouldn't be? I mean, Khalil
Mack, at
a 92.
At a 92, I guess that's a little high for him.
I mean, I think he should still be within the top 10. I just don't think he's a 92.
His production just hasn't been there.
I mean,
lately.
It could be completely different. I mean, what I think is cool, though, is how him and Joey Bosa are lined up right next to each other.
Yeah,
and they're on the same team now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough to cover.
That'll be a force to be reckoned with.
That's going to suck to play against in Madden.
Yeah.
I think Cam Jordan deserves to be in there. I think 91's a good spot for him. Sean Gary, 89, pretty good. Chandler Jones, I was expecting to be a little bit higher after the year that he had, but they stuck him at a 90. Still within the top 10, though. Really good player. I don't really see anybody that's not in there that should be.
All right. Let's switch over to running backs.
Let's do it. Let's switch over to running backs.
Run it back.
No one want to take us through the top 10?
Number 10. Number top 10.
Number top 10.
We're going to do the top 10 with the numbers of starting 1 to 10.
For the running backs.
Derrick Henry, number 1, coming in at a 97 overall. What do you think about that?
Could have been a little higher.
93 speed. That's pretty quick.
That's quick for a guy his size.
For a guy that's a nice little chunk like him. His acceleration's an 86, that makes sense. I mean, he's not the fastest guy. He's a unit.
He gets up on his.
But once he gets going, though, it might take a little while. But he's just like a human battering ram.
We got Christian McCaffrey at 2 at a 96. Nick Chubb at a 96.
Okay, well,
Jonathan Taylor at a 95.
Do you want to read through and then come back? All right.
Jonathan Taylor at a 95. Should I just start over?
No, you're good.
Okay. Dalvin Cook at a 94. Joe Mixon at a 93. Alvin Kamara at a 90. Aaron Jones at an 89. Austin Eckler at an 88. And Zeke at an 88. Let's go through it.
All right, let's go through it. We'll start back up with Christian McCaffrey. 96 overall.
When he's healthy?
When he's healthy. Yes, absolutely agree. But what does his injury come up as?
I don't know.
Because I want to see that. Because
injury's an 86.
So that's pretty low. That's pretty low for somebody with a 96 overall.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't.
Normally somebody with that high of an overall isn't getting an 86.
Overall, though, I mean, when Christian McCaffrey's healthy, he's obviously a tank. I think he deserves to be in that spot. I mean, there's only one other guy that I think could have gone there, and that's Jonathan Taylor, and he's not far behind.
Yep.
Nick Chubb is in the number 3 spot at 96, and, I mean, I can't really deny that. I mean, he's crazy good, too.
Yep.
Something I'm surprised by is how low they rated Austin Eckler. I think he's
diving all the way down for Eckler, huh?
I have to talk about it. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. I think he's at least a 90.
Well, when you look at his numbers, they're still pretty high compared to some of these guys.
That's just
his speed's a 91. His acceleration is a 92.
Is there anybody that pops out to you about on this list, the top 10? I feel
Alvin Kamara, I think he's rated a little high.
It's hard
to say. I know he's a beast, but this year
he's one of the best receiving backs that there are.
After this past year, though, I don't see him as a 90. I mean, this year, depending on when he comes back, I think he's going to be really good this year. But based off last year, I would have probably put him at an 88. Still high.
He's still one of those game changers, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have peaked him into the 90.
They took Zeke down, and I think that's
I would put him at Zeke's level, 88 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jonathan Taylor had such a great year this past year. And
yeah.
It's good to see him.
He deserves
at the
that 95.
There, top 4 there.
To shoot up from where he was at.
Yeah, definitely.
To a 95 is huge. Mm-hmm. And he proved himself. I mean, enough said there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dalvin Cook, he's just been, great whenever I watch him.
Well, another thing is...
injury prone, but good whenever I watch him.
Yeah. I was just going to touch on what you were saying, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, go for it.
Catching, his receiving, he definitely had a good year as a receiving back.
That's what makes him different from other running backs because he's got that. Once he's in space,
factor, yep.
Once he's in space, he can make you miss.
Yep.
He's made plenty of people miss.
Mm-hmm. Dalvin Cook, 94. That's obvious.
I feel like they really hit like running backs well though.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't put Derrick Henry.
I don't know. What do you think about Mixon? Mixon came in at a 93. How do you feel about that?
He's another one of those, like, he had a good year. Yeah. He got to the Super Bowl. I mean, like, he made plays. Mm-hmm. 93 is a good score for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everything else is pretty spot on. I mean, Aaron Jones, would you have put him a little higher?
I would have put him right there.
Right there?
I feel like that's
just above Zeke and...
I feel like that's his sweet spot. I mean, maybe...
I might have ticked him up one to a 90.
There might be those people that think that he's supposed to be a 90. I don't. I think that he's fine where he is.
Yeah.
If they did put him up to a 90, I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. All right.
Top 10 linebackers overall. We start off with Fred Warner at a 94. Demario Davis is a 93.
Demario Davis.
Levante David at a 92.
Levante David at 92.
Bobby Wagner at a 91.
Bobby Swagner.
Darius Leonard at a 90. Roquan Smith, 89. Micah Parsons, 88.
Going too fast for me.
Eric Kendricks, 88.
Devondre Campbell,
87. And Devin White at an 85. They really
you know who didn't make the list?
Who?
Number 11. Tremaine Edmonds.
He's at number 11?
He's at number 11 with an 84 overall.
That's funny. I mean...
so close, but...
I mean, I get why he's not there, but...
I get why he's not there. He had a great year, but...
not as good as these guys.
Not as good as these guys.
I think Fred Warner's the obvious number 1. Yep. I feel like he could have been even higher than a 94, but, I mean... whatever, EA. Yeah. Darius Leonard at a 90, I feel like he could go up a couple notches. They kept Bobby Wagner above a 90, which, I mean... we will see.
Yeah, we will see. He's one of those veteran players, though. He's got to keep his,
Yep, and then...
numbers is always going to stay up once you get to that level.
Yeah, Levante David and Devin White of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both making that top 10 for the linebackers. They both deserve it. Yep. I think Devin White could have honestly been higher than an 85, but I mean, what are you going to do? And then Micah Parsons shot up from his rookie score to an 88.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, could have been higher. He was that good last year.
Yeah.
He was that good.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, you got anything on linebackers?
No, that's...
I'm pretty sure that Milano and Edmonds were, like, pretty close together, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we are going to touch on free safeties and strong safeties right now.
Safeties. You want to take us through the top 10? Just read them down.
Sure, if you would like me to. But if you would like to, you can as well. But if you would like me to...
You can do it.
I can do it if you want me to.
All right, I'll read through it.
Well, I could do it too.
Okay, you do it.
Okay. Tyrann Mathieu coming in at number 1 with a 94 overall.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just run through them first.
Run them through.
Derwin James, 93 overall. Buda Baker at a 92.
Baker.
Kevin Byard at a 92 as well.
Byard.
Justin Simmons, 91. Micah Hyde, 91.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Smith at a 90. Jamal Adams at a 90. Jesse Bates at a 90. And Jordan Poyer at a 90.
Yeah.
A lot of hate towards the Bills, man. I'm not liking that.
We got 2 guys in the top 10. I don't want to complain. I do want to complain about Tyrann Mathieu being the number 1 guy, though.
I guess if you look at it from a numbers perspective, though, he's at a 93. Micah Hyde's right there at a 91. They're really close.
Tyrann Mathieu at the 94 spot, having less interceptions than, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer had 5 each.
Oh, yeah, he's at a 94. I had him a little higher on the list.
Yep. And,
yeah, that's...
I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me.
Like we were talking about the Seahawks earlier, it's one of those players you got to add to the Saints to make their overall a little bit better.
Maybe, but I just don't see him as the number 1 safety.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
I would have been happier if it was Derwin James or Byard, because those make sense.
Yep.
Micah Hyde makes sense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jordan Poyer shouldn't be the last one.
Hyde.
I think Jordan Poyer's better than Jamal Adams. I think he's better than Harrison Smith, Justin Simmons. That's very biased probably. Maybe it's just a Buffalo thing, but I looked up some of the stats earlier, and they both had 5 interceptions. They both had over 70 tackles. And one guy that's not on here that I think should be, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Buffalo.
And why is that? Let's hear your reason.
He's got 116 tackles last season. That's over 30 more.
Well, he just missed the list. He's still
over 20 more.
He's got an 89 overall.
He's if you
91
just watch
speed,
him, though,
93 acceleration.
It's not saying he's a bad player,
mm-hmm.
but he should be above that 90 mark, and he is a difference maker.
I agree.
Who's not? Freaking Jamal Adams. He's just a guy that plays for the Seahawks that is getting paid too much.
Mm-hmm. Tight ends. You want to read this one off, Jesse?
Sure, pal.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is Travis Kelce at a 98.
Big surprise. Wow.
Woo-hoo.
Were you surprised?
No, I hate him.
What's he going to do this year?
Probably be good. George Kittle is at a 97. Mark Andrews is at a 93. Darren Waller at a 91. TJ Hawkinson at 89. Kyle Pitts at 87. Mike Gesicki at 86. Dallas Goedert at 85. Hunter Henry's at 84. And then Zach Ertz, 84.
So this is interesting to me. 12-team fantasy leagues. Do you dissolve the tight end spot?
What do you mean?
If you got Travis Kelce at a 98 overall, and you're ranking a number 10 at an 84, 15-point difference, it's like dissolving the tight end spot for 12-team leagues. It makes it so hard.
Well, this is for Madden.
Regardless, for any fantasy league, it's if you it's just like having an extra receiver.
How I view it is drafting Travis Kelce is like having an extra receiver, which is why a lot of people take him early.
Pick, I know.
That's where the value comes in.
If you don't get one of those first 4 guys, though, George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller. Darren Waller had such a good year this year. 91, I think that's low for him. I really would put him up there as a 93 with Mark Andrews.
Darren Waller? He's got the talent.
I would have even put up Mark Andrews up to a 94.
That's just that part where EA may have dropped the ball there. I still think 91 is pretty fair for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still that game changer, but now they got Devontae Adams on the team too. So will he see the ball as much? We don't know. I was surprised to see Hunter Henry and Zach Ertz on that list and not Dawson Knox. And I feel like I'm saying
another one. He just
Bills
made the
players
list.
should
He's
be
an
on
83.
There. Yeah, he's right below, but he had such a good year.
He did have such a good year, but on the flip side, there were a couple passes throughout the season that hit him in the hands. It was in the hands. And he didn't get it.
I still think he's better than Zach Ertz and Hunter Henry, but that's where I'll leave that.
Well, Zach Ertz is there because at the end of the season last year, he did very well for Arizona. He definitely stepped up his game and was very clutch for them.
Yeah, I feel like Mike Gesicki deserves where he is too. He's got really
he's
good
definitely
hands.
grinded and really worked for that spot though.
He was a good receiver for Tua to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And George Kittle at a 97. I mean, neck and neck with Travis Kelce basically.
I don't know
I feel like he's going to catch him soon.
Yeah, I think so too.
If he can get on the same page as Trey Lance.
Yeah, it'll be very soon.
Maybe. I can't stand just watching Travis Kelce being the top guy every year. And I mean, you just know that he is.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's getting older. He's getting older. How much longer is he going to want to do this for?
I basically hate him because he got that last touchdown against Buffalo. And I feel like I'm so biased.
Yeah, that's okay though.
It's fine.
Go Bills.
Screw you, Travis Kelce. But you're a good guy. You're not Noah.
No, I'm not. It's a wheel.
That's Mike.
I'm Mike.
Welcome, Mike, to the show.
He's
going to be helping us out with some of the Madden ratings that just came out. Noah's out of town. And let's get into the top 10 corners.
Couldn't be happier.
Okay. You know what I should have?
The ratings.
The ratings in front of me. Do you have them, Mike?
I do. Good thing we both have laptops. So we're going to go over the cornerbacks here. Number 1 is Jalen Ramsey. I'm just going to go over the top 10 here, and then we'll go back and forth a little bit.
Sounds good
about what we think. So number 1 is Jalen Ramsey, 98. Number 2 is Jerry Alexander, 94. Trey White, Buffalo's own, 93. Darius Slay, 92. Denzel Ward, also 92. Marshawn Lattimore, 91. Stephon Gilmore, 91. And J.C. Jackson, 90. I think that's enough.
Overall, I thought that's who was going to be in there. Some of the ratings were a little weird, though, I think.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, we can start off with someone like that you think was supposed to be there.
I would say Jair Alexander at 94. Pretty well deserved. I'm a big fan of him. He's coming on quick. So he's just a lockdown corner. I like that a lot.
Yeah, best on the Green Bay defense for sure. Best player on the Green Bay defense, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Trey White, 93. Big fan, obviously. A little surprised about that, though.
Coming off the injury?
Yeah. I hope he plays like a 93 this year for sure. But
you know who I think was too low?
Oh.
J.C. Jackson.
I would agree.
100%. I mean, just a year ago, he was going for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Because of how dominant he was on New England. And
the guy gets a ton of picks, 17 in the last 2 years. Just ridiculous. $80 million contract, I think.
I mean, from the point that he came into the league, he started making a difference.
Oh, yeah. New England was sort of falling off, and now I think they're really going to fall off that he's gone.
I agree. And I think that it's a great addition for the LA Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to change their defense entirely, but I don't think he's a 90. I think he's upper,
mid.
Where Trey is.
Yeah, I would agree with that for how many interceptions he got. Yeah. Get him up there. What else do we got? Xavier Howard, 89, I believe.
Yikes.
Yeah. The guy's led the league in interceptions twice. Lockdown cornerback, all-pro multiple times. It's too low.
It's disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, and that's just how I would put it.
I mean, I think he's ridiculously good, and we have to play him twice a year, and I hate seeing him on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that one bit.
Do you want to talk about Trayvon Diggs?
Yes, I would love to, because I hate where he's rated. Trayvon Diggs is 84. That's his rating. Trayvon Diggs was a first-team All-Pro.
Led the league in interceptions.
Yeah, 11 interceptions, 84. Did I say 83? 84. He's rated the same as Shaquille Griffin. He's one below Chidobe Awuzie. I should be able to say the person's name out of Trayvon Diggs, and I can't. I could say Trayvon Diggs. Yeah, I thought that was way too low.
I agree that it's low. And I think that there are some guys that are in that top 10 area that he could either be tied with or above.
Yeah.
Probably Stephon Gilmore and Darius Slay, I would say. They're in the 91, 92 range. I feel like he deserves to be around there.
Yeah, I feel like both of those guys haven't really done much as of late, and Trayvon Diggs has done just about everything.
Yeah, I was kind of okay with how EA was going until corners hit.
Yeah.
And now that corners hit, I'm kind of like questioning them again. Like,
yeah.
How do these guys work here?
I don't know how you get that job. I don't know how you keep that job when you do stuff like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my one big gripe about cornerbacks, Trayvon. So moving on.
All right. Let's get back into talking about defensive linemen. Top 10 overall at number 1, Aaron Donald is a 99. Cameron Hayward's a 93. Vita Vea 93. Jonathan Allen 92. Chris Jones 91. DeForest Buckner 90. Kenny Clark at an 89. And then 3 guys at an 88. Jeffrey Simmons, Fletcher Cox, and Michael Pierce.
Yeah. There's not anything here that's really standing out too much to me. Aaron Donald's pretty obvious number 1, 99. That's
I agree. He's a monster
there until he's 40 and retired.
One that stands out to me kind of is Vita Vea is kind of low, in my opinion, at a 93.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl with him basically being the star of that defense in a lot of ways. So.
He takes up 2 guys every play, and he still gets through. He stops the run really well. I think he's a little bit higher than a 93, but I mean, overall, I don't really have a problem with anybody on this list.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at Jonathan Allen, 92. Is he that good? Is Jonathan Allen 92 the 4th best defensive lineman in the game?
Honestly,
maybe he is, but
maybe
if I'm nitpicking, that might be what I'm picking.
If you're nitpicking, I would replace him and DeForest Buckner.
Oh yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
I think DeForest Buckner is a little bit better than a 90.
Yeah,
he's one of the staples of that defense. That's going to be really good this year.
Yeah, I would. Let's see. Kenny Clark's pretty good. I like him a lot. He's an underrated guy in Green Bay. They have a good defense there. So I like where he's rated. Not too high, not too low. Fletcher Cox, I'm not exactly sure how much longer he has left, but 88 seems about right.
You know that he'll always be in that top 10 while he's in Madden just because he is who he is.
Yeah.
And he's done so much for the team. So,
oh, yeah.
I mean, overall, EA, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad, EA.
No.
Only time I probably won't yell at you for the rest of this video.
You can keep your jobs for now.
Yeah.
If you skip ahead a couple minutes in the video, you're on thin ice then.
Yeah. Well, we're about to yell at him. Let's get into quarterback talk. I mean, let's not even get into quarterback talk. Just give me a moment. The absolute disrespect to not only my favorite quarterback, our favorite quarterback, the best quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL, and he's rated a 92. What are you doing? And then not only that, but you go to the bottom of the top 10, and you have the Super Bowl champion, Matt Stafford, at an 85. What the hell?
I don't know. I can't.
That's absolute. How do you guys have jobs? How?
It is laughable. I will admit that.
I can't even like.
No, I would fall on my chair if I saw that rating.
I'm telling you right now, like, you should all be fired. You're all a joke. Put me in. Put me in. This is my application to join EA Sports to fix your horseshit game that you have now put out to the world. There's not even one 99 quarterback. No. Tom Brady's at the top with a 97. Below him, Aaron Rodgers, who is twice MVP, like 2 years in a row, he has won MVP. Years. 4 MVPs in his whole career.
Top of his game right now, and he's not even the top guy, let alone not 99.
I mean, I don't even...
I can't tell you what they were thinking, but I can tell you what I'm thinking.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, I agree with you on Josh Allen. I think if we're just rating people on pure talent alone right now, 2022, no reason why he shouldn't be same overall as Tom Brady. 44-year-old Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Dumb idiots.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know who said that, but I would agree.
I don't know
they
either.
are quite dumb.
He's not even the same as Patrick Mahomes. Like, no. Patrick Mahomes, let's read down the list, just so that you guys have a little bit of emphasis on what we're talking about. Tom Brady's at the top at a 97. Then Aaron Rodgers right below him at a 96. Patrick Mahomes, 95. Josh Allen absolutely spit on at a 92. Joe Burrow at a 90, Dak Prescott at an 89, Justin Herbert at an 88, Lamar Jackson at an 87, Russell Wilson at an 87, and then Matthew Stafford, disrespected, at an 85 after winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah. You know what? I just don't get how Tom Brady could be a 97 and Matt Stafford's 85. I'm not saying they're the same guy. They're not even close to the same guy. But Matt Stafford wins the Super Bowl, beats Tom Brady on his way there, and he's 85.
That's such a good point.
Yeah, and
I mean, I'll touch on it. I mean, Tom Brady is like arguably the best quarterback in league history.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, let's just say that this is his pat on the back. So we'll go off Tom Brady. Then we'll go to Aaron Rodgers at a 96. He has won 2 MVPs in a row.
Yeah.
Give him the 99 club.
Top of his game. If he's not going to be the first quarterback this year, when is he going to be?
I mean, this would have been the year for them to do that. And then we'll go to the number 3, Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like the reason he's a great quarterback. I'm going to give him a lot of crap, like, all the time.
Yeah,
because I hate him.
in Buffalo.
I hate him.
We hate you, Patrick.
I just don't think that him and Josh not being the same after that game that they both had.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say that Mahomes had a better game than Josh Allen in that game. If we're going to talk about the game for a second,
sure.
I don't exactly know how you could say Mahomes won that game and Josh Allen didn't. Josh Allen, in a lot of ways, along with Gabe Davis, single-handedly almost won us that game. So, and then Mahomes the next week just choked away a game against the Bengals.
Yeah, thank God. I was so happy. Oh, and the best was when the crowd heard that they won the coin toss and they thought that the game was over. And then he threw a pick because he's trash. But he's a 95 in Madden, so let's move on.
Yeah, these aren't golf rankings. This is football. So
I'll just touch on Josh Allen. I'll say it. He should have been either number 2 or number 1 in this game. He's ranked number 1 on everybody's sheets going into this season. He's brought the Bills up from slumps. I mean, he's offensively ridiculous. He can run. He can pass. He's got a freaking cannon of an arm.
Come back next year for Madden 24 rankings, and you'll see just how right we were.
Yep. Let's go down below then. Joe Burrow, I mean, honestly, one of the only QBs where I'm like, yeah, solid rating. Got his team to a Super Bowl, put up really good stats.
Yeah, he's where he should be. He on the up and up. So 90 makes sense for now. Well, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Dak Prescott then is at an 89. What do you think, Mike?
You know, I am a Cowboys fan, so I'd love to say that Dak Prescott should be there. And, he maybe should. But if we're looking at the guys below him and going off of that, it might be a little high. I don't know if you can. I'm going to go back to Matthew Stafford again. Sorry, guys. Matthew Stafford's at 85. He's 4 below Dak Prescott. Matthew Stafford should be above Dak Prescott after that year.
Matthew Stafford should be above the guy that he beat in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so I don't really get that. Russell Wilson, I'm not even the biggest Russell Wilson fan, but I think he's probably the same as Dak Prescott. Even Justin Herbert, honestly, if we're just going off talent alone, should definitely be higher than Dak Prescott, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Dak's exactly the most talented guy ever.
He was second in passing yards this year behind Brady. And he's putting up crazy numbers for such a young quarterback, and I think he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
So, 88, I don't know. I don't know too much about Justin Herbert to solidify where he is yet. But
yeah, there's a lot of guys in here like him, Burrow, that I feel like we're just going to wait until next year, and then they'll probably be like 4 or 5 on here. So they're where they should be now. But
a guy I would want to talk about is Lamar Jackson at an 87. I mean, he just faces constant criticism. He already has an MVP.
Yeah,
Did he lose to us in playoffs? You bet he did. Did he have a bad game? Of course he did. He was playing the Buffalo Bills' #1 defense, but that's not what this Madden rating is about. I think he's above an 87. I think his legs alone bring him up to that 89, 90 range, and they're not far off.
No, if I'm on the Lamar Jackson thing, if I'm starting a team tomorrow, I'm probably taking Lamar Jackson over Dak Prescott. I mean, or just one season, I'm probably taking Lamar Jackson over Dak. So I think he should be ahead of him at least. He has all the talent in the world, but all the criticism in the world too.
Yeah.
Um,
There's two other guys that I want to touch on that aren't on the list, just because I think that it's funny.
Yeah.
There is a pretty steep drop, so it goes from 89, and then the next best is an 84, and there's two guys tied for it, and they're both the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Quite polarizing quarterbacks.
At 84s, you have Deshaun Watson, yuck, and Kyler Murray. I mean, I think that that's a solid rating for both of them. Deshaun Watson can honestly even be lower. Haven't seen him play in over a year.
No.
Screw that guy. Kyler Murray just got paid pretty well.
Kyler Murray didn't get paid like an 84 overall. He got paid like a 94 overall.
Yep.
So
he got paid like he was Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. And
good for Kyler Murray, but if I'm an Arizona fan, I might not be that confident after giving him $160 million guaranteed. But
I mean, good for Kyler. We'll just leave it at good for Kyler. Way to go, man.
Yeah, you got your bag.
Anybody else that you want to touch on?
Yeah, I would say once we get through all the top and even middle tier quarterbacks, there is one guy, if we're going way down, who is just shocking to me. Jalen Hurts is a 74 overall. 74. Jalen Hurts led the Eagles to the playoffs last year.
He did.
What has he done wrong? I don't get it. Winning record, went to the playoffs. Jalen Hurts is rated below Teddy Bridgewater. He's rated below Mac Jones. He's rated below Jameis Winston. I do not understand that one bit. And he gets a lot of hate in Philadelphia, too.
Yeah, he does.
I don't understand that one bit. He's super athletic. If the Eagles didn't draft Jalen Hurts right now, they'd probably have 6 wins. So
that's true.
I feel bad for you, Jalen. You shouldn't be a 74.
Also, I feel like he faces like similar aspects that Lamar Jackson faces, just because he does have that running game. I feel like as soon as you start doing that, you get disrespected. Just arm talent that he still has.
And Josh Allen gets the same thing as well, because from what you said earlier off camera, Josh Allen's accuracy is pretty rough, right?
It's bad.
Basically, from what I'm learning from the Madden ratings, if you're a quarterback who can run, you apparently can't throw. That's just unheard of.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, so Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Josh Allen, they can all throw, but you wouldn't know it if you're looking at what we're looking at.
Terrible.
That would be my biggest what are you thinking on quarterbacks.
Last little thing I'll touch on is that the two quarterbacks in Miami are the same overall. Teddy Bridgewater and Tua Tagovailoa is a 75.
Solid 75.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's what they both are.
Yeah. So if you're excited about everything else in Miami,
good.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
It doesn't get any better than this. Let's see. What else do we got here? Daniel Jones is a 70?
I mean, what can
That's right. I just like Daniel Jones.
What can you even do with him?
It's just sad. I'm looking at starting quarterbacks for some of these teams. You could probably tell that Noah isn't here, but if Noah was here, he'd tell you that Mitch Trubisky shouldn't be a 69 overall.
He's a 69?
He is.
Oh my God.
I might even tell you that he shouldn't be a 69 overall.
He shouldn't be a 69 overall.
And I would say he should be higher.
Kenny
Pickett's a 68.
I would like to point out that Noah would also be upset that Marcus Mariota is a 71. But that's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
Our friend Evan would also say that he's probably much better than a 71, but he's been a backup for a couple of years now.
If we're apologizing to cities, I'm sorry, Atlanta. It's going to get a lot worse.
It's going to get worse before it gets better, for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, another team that you might – I'm not even going to go there. I think New York might have a solid chance at some wins this year.
They had a very, very solid draft.
A solid draft and a solid offseason.
Yeah. They signed a lot of guys, wasted a lot of money, just like Jacksonville. Not just like Jacksonville. Nobody did it quite like them.
No, they do it in a completely different fashion than everyone else.
Yeah. You get a million. You get a million. But that would be my take on quarterbacks. I would say Dak's too high. Matt Stafford's too low. Tom Brady should retire. And Josh Allen is a Hall of Famer.
I'll go over my takes. Josh Allen's obviously supposed to be a 99 here. Aaron Rodgers was also supposed to be a 99. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably give it to Aaron because he just deserves it after 2 MVPs in a row. 4 total, right?
If you heard anything else, they were wrong. It's 4.
If anybody said that he doesn't have 4, person is wrong.
I wonder who did.
I don't know. Overall, yeah, Matthew Stafford was too low. Aaron Rodgers should have been number 1, and Josh Allen is elite. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for coming on.
Oh, I love it.
We loved having you.
Maybe I'll be back someday. Noah goes on a lot of vacations, so you might see me in the chair again.
You'll see Mike again for sure. No. Nice. Also, thank you to Susie. She was back there.
Click, click.
Click, click.
Thank you for watching this episode of Wheel of Sports. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. We're moving the table around a lot because we're super excited.
Super excited.
And, leave a comment below and subscribe if you're not already. Subscribe.
Yeah, we're on the road to 20 subscribers. Be a friend, tell a friend. Go Bills. Yeah, now you say go Bills.
Go Bills.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. Now we dance.
Zabuya, 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 Zabuya.